I like the feel. My first thing is touch.
Yeah.
Right. So if I see something that I like, I'm gonna go touch it.
Yeah.
Not with everything. Don't get it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No trouble, yo.
Don't get it twisted.
No trouble, yo.
No trouble.
No trouble, yo.
Alex, you gotta make sure. Yeah, you gotta make sure.
Next thing you know.
You gotta make sure they know.
Learn something, Dan.
Yeah.
You too.
We talking about
learn something.
Put in the work, no humble flex. And talk of the town, you see who next. They on checkers, I'm on chess. Had to hit up with the X. XenHouse.
This is the XenHouse Podcast. We're here with episode 35.
wow.
3-5.
3, 5.
Five.
We at 35?
That's how old your boy gonna be on Thursday.
Damn.
That's true.
Oh, I'm catching up to you, motherfucker.
Damn, he's starting to aggressive already.
I ain't even do
He didn't even do nothing. We got a special guest today. Wait, first and foremost,
Who
my
are
bad.
you?
I'm Des Hines, the one and only.
Okay.
It's your boy A. Joe.
And Ross B.
We got a special guest.
Hmm?
We go back years, high school. Then after that, we linked up. We started training together. All of us at the same time started our training journey together. Even before that, I had crossed them up in basketball practice. Don't say nothing. Crossed them up in basketball practice.
Give him the 2-piece.
Buddy hit me with his knee in my calf.
Contusion.
Calf almost died.
Contusion.
We're going to get to that story.
We're going to get to that.
We're going to get to that story.
So after that, we worked together for a bunch of years. And then more recent, over a year now, he's been a part of the XenHouse family. He is one of the best trainers here. Not better than me, though. And
Debatable.
and he's our boy. This is Petersen Pierre. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
We're here.
Appreciate it.
So like I said, we go way back. We all started the trainer journey together. When did you realize like you wanted to be a trainer, and what went into that?
So I tore my ACL playing basketball in college, and I got therapy for it. When I first started, I wanted to be a physical therapist.
Okay.
But when I went through the process, I realized it was boring. Like, plus it was like you're helping someone to get from 0 to 50, and my goal was always try to get somebody from 50 to 100. So I transitioned more into fitness. I started kind of honing in to my training skills in college, learning about different things. And, you know, when the internship came about, they said Blue Streak was an option, and it was an easy decision to make because it was back at home and I didn't have to commute. So, like, you know, that's how I kind of like jumped into it.
Yeah. So just explain like how we started at Blue Streak and that program. What's like some of the early things you learned, and from there, how did you say like, I want to do this? Like, this is something I want to do for continue on after that.
I mean, I feel like we've all had that one client where they went from like one point where it was a little shaky to like really progressing within their sport or like their life, and like being a part of that and understanding that you played a role, that was the game changer, right? So like being able to help someone and visually see the progress day by day, week by week, month by month, like was just so rewarding in a sense.
Because I know me personally, when we started this training thing, I didn't think I was going to be a trainer, honestly.
Like you were doing it just for the time being.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I went to grad school and I thought I wanted to work for a pro team, like in the community relations department, right? And training was going to be something I could do on the side while I figured that out.
Yeah.
So, and we were all doing the same thing at the same time. So I knew that, I didn't know. I just felt like, oh, I'm training for now. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with it. But as you know, it turned into, we here now.
Yeah, we doing it.
I mean, like, I know for us, we both grew up on the west side.
Yeah.
Which was like.
We got to talk about that.
Yeah, we got to talk, because he grew up on Spruce Street and I grew up literally
up on Merle.
Well, my fault. Don't get it twisted.
MAP,
that's what we wanted to. So we both started on MAP.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't live there, but I used to
You
it
was
was like
there.
my second
Yeah,
home.
he was there,
He
boy.
was there.
He was
My second
outside.
home.
Ross is in the
But
street.
then, you know, like moving down to Spruce, because we don't want real life was crazy.
Yeah.
We may not want to go too far back. But you could kind of, you can actually hone in on MAP, because I feel like that's where I got my skills as an athlete, right? Like that's where I started
Yeah.
being like,
For sure.
I want to play sports.
Yeah.
Because when you went outside, you know, we didn't have a basketball hoop. We used to play on the crate, on the tree.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? On grass.
Yep.
Yeah, why you smile?
And
Because
if,
that's memories.
yeah,
bro.
if,
I thought
if
he
you
had- I thought he had
if
jokes.
you
Nah,
was
no
like
jokes,
you
that's
had to
memories.
be, you know, like nice to play on the crate.
Yep.
You know, you knew like if you could make a bucket on the crate, you
Nice.
could make a bucket anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, was that the journey for you? Is that where you were like, listen, I want to play basketball?
Yeah, for the most part, it was like where the competitive juices started. Like before the crate, we used to play on the no ball side.
Nope. Yeah, you had
You had
to
to hit the
hit the
sign.
sign.
They
That's
not-
a true
yo, they
You
fact.
hear the
not
sound.
listening.
That's a swish.
They're not
Right.
listening.
You know what I mean? So like taking it back to Merle Live, it was like I played all the sports. We played killer carrier on concrete
That's
tackle.
a true fact. Dude,
You know what I mean?
almost
Like-
getting hit by cars. and-
Exactly, but I made the catch.
right.
You know what I mean? Like, and it was one of those things where like you couldn't wait to go outside, and it just kind of like seeing nowadays kids on the computers and all
Being inside.
inside. It
At
doesn't
all.
make sense to me because
Right.
we was outside all day long until the lights came out, and you know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Get back to the
Home.
crib.
Get back
Time
to
to
it.
eat.
Outside was
Yep.
outside used to be the what kids think PS5 is to them, or
That's the
going to whatever these people hold at their top. Outside was it for
Oh
us.
yeah.
If we couldn't go outside, then
Ruin
over.
I would be like, oh, my life is.
My life is over.
I used to.
He done so.
I lived. Well, if you're from the town, I lived on Fairfield Ave,
Okay.
and I used to go down Fairfield Ave, cut through a little back street, cut the little corner, right? Then end up on Merle Ave. And I remember when the street lights used to come on.
Yeah.
The way that I used to run, that's probably why I used to run so fast.
Yeah.
Home, yo.
When the street lights came
You gotta
on,
take
because there
off.
was certain parts, you know,
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
the
yeah.
lights.
Mm-hmm.
And I know at a certain point, my dad was getting home, so I had to
Oh, yeah.
beat him.
Yeah.
My man, when I tell you,
Full stride.
yo, full stride,
You drive.
full arm rotation.
You're not even saying bye. You just
Yeah,
take
you
off.
Where Ross go?
Go on.
Gone. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of those things, I feel like were so important to us.
Yeah, for sure.
And plays a huge part in what we are today. which
Yeah.
is like, you know, giving back, obviously, working with working with people. So like, it's just so many dope memories.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
From back then. So like, it's super cool. I mean,
Looking
you probably
back,
guys.
yeah.
I don't know if you guys did the same thing, but
And Glenbrook,
yeah, that boy
we
grew
held
up
it
on
down over
Glenbrook.
there, boy. That's why I'm laughing, because you would think, technically I grew up in Bridgeport originally.
Mm.
I moved to Stamford, I think, what, 4th, 5th grade? But I was in Bridgeport on Berkshire
That boy
Avenue.
was on the
He's on the
I,
block.
I was in the port.
He's on the block.
We used to got ass whoopings for wearing socks on the grass, like.
Yeah.
But dudes had to
Where
play.
Laney get it from?
Laney outside
Nah, I was
barefoot
in
now.
socks. Laney barefoot. That's her white side. Love it, man.
Touching the street.
But we had socks on playing in the dirt, and my mom, I remember she lined us all up, beat all our asses. It was cousins at the crib and everything.
Everybody could get touched.
But we had the crate literally on the garage door. My brother would cut it and would nail it into the fucking wood,
Yep.
and that's how we learned how to play basketball.
That's it.
Well, people think that I make this up. My first basketball experience, we had first of all, we had a stuffed animal that had a ball with it, a stuffed animal ball.
Yeah.
We ripped it from there, my brother and I. We then cut out,
Definitely Jermaine's idea.
yes, we cut out a styrofoam plate, the middle, and we used to staple it to the curtains so it would be upright, and we used to shoot with that.
You stapled the curtains. Y'all boys is sick.
And I remember,
Dukes.
you know, Pops is a detective.
Yep.
One time they left us alone. He said, nobody in my room, nobody in our room, do whatever you want, just stay out of our room.
Mm-hmm.
Came home, he saw the staples. The staples only come from one place, yo. File cabinet
Yeah.
in his room, ass whooping. So it's just stuff like that. That's the humble beginnings to a lot of our different stories.
Yeah, for
Journey.
sure. Oh yeah.
So can you like walk us through, right, like your journey from Blue Streak, Belly and Body, and then now here with XenHouse?
I mean, so Blue Streak was kind of like the opportunity, right, to start. Like I remember my first client was a young boy, John Greenberg.
Greenberg.
And
Greenberg is Masters.
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 My first client, man. Like,
I don't
and he was more so.
He had the Masters on it.
Yeah, you know Greenberg. You
You
should
know
see him.
Greenberg.
And he was just general fitness, and like he was the first person that I actually got like compensated for through through Blue Streak, right? So it meant a lot. I was like, whoa, I'm actually working. Like graduated college, did what I need to do, studied what I need to study, and now I have an actual job. So that was cool. And then as we progressed, building on clients, working with athletes with different sports, like it's just one of those things where like as you grow, you just continue to develop, right? And at one point, throughout the journey, I felt like, we were all like propelling and excelling at a certain rate, and we were all just grinding and just like growing, right? And then, one day I wake up, I'm like, man, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little capped. Like my ceiling is capped because I was general fitness. So I really wanted to push general fitness programs, but it really wasn't like my thing there because we were really more sports directed.
Yeah.
So Belly and Body came along. It's a boutique boxing gym in Greenwich, and they gave me an opportunity to kind of like spread my wings a little bit. I was able to learn boxing. I was able to hone in on my massage skills a little bit more, and they gave me a great opportunity to work with a different group of people, different side of town.
Variety.
We forgot to mention that.
Which one?
Massage.
Yeah, licensed massage therapist.
Don't play around.
Yeah.
You licensed.
I'm like that.
Okay.
So yeah, I know. But yeah, so Belly and Body was a good little pit stop. Like I said, I grew some more, different clientele, met a lot of amazing people, and then I transitioned here with you guys. So what you guys had going on, felt like it just was like a space where we can just all collab and continue to be on the same page like we were at Blue Streak. And here feels like it's just like an open air, so there's no ceiling. So we all have our different avenues where we can grow. So that kind of like was very appealing to me. And now we're here. We're just moving along, doing our thing,
Keep it going,
pushing.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
And with that, like without the ceiling, like I know you have your brand that you launched and you want to get it going. And what made you say, I want to start this brand so that I can push something that I'm into, and you want to get out there to the community? Like, what made you want to do that?
So
first, tell people.
Yeah, so the brand is called Act Broke, Actually Rich. It's a lifestyle clothing brand. It's mainly about the main way I look at the brand is by this one statement, by this one quote, and it says, "At this very moment, you're richer than you're richer than you ever were." Right, and I say that because we all woke up today. We all have people that love us. We all have people that look for us. We give and we produce in this world in one way, shape, or another. So I feel like at all times we're rich, right? So the way it kind of tied in is funny because like when I look at the dollar bill, like money, like when it's gone, it's gone. Yeah. That's just how it is. I don't really hang on to money like that. I don't think about money like that. I'd like to move within life freely. So I thought about how like another way to mix it in was how the richest people look broke.
Yep.
Right? Like the richest people look broke. And one day I was on Instagram, woke up, read my Bible, drove to Belly and Body at 4 o'clock, waited for my client for my 4:30, and I'm on Instagram, I see a picture of J. Cole with his 2 artists. And his 2 artists, jewelry, crazy, everything crazy.
Yeah, you know what they do.
This dude is wearing a Mighty Ducks jersey, some beat up shoes, and his hair is bananas. But in that picture, he's the richest person.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Right? So like, and at that very moment, I just said to myself, yo, Act Broke, Actually Rich. And I was like, whoa, let me write this down. Wrote it down. brainstormed with my boy Matt, came up with the logo, and now here we are, right? I kind of want to continue to push the fact that you don't need everything to be everything, right? You could be yourself at 100,000% at all times and not have to value different things, right? Like I said, you're breathing, you got family, and if like you have those two things, like you're rich, you know what I mean? So that's the route I'm taking with this clothing brand, and it's just something that, you know, I feel like can go a long way. Everybody can relate to it some way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah.
So
once everyone understands it, because I think when people see the word rich, they automatically assume
big
it has
money
to do with money.
That's
You
the
see what I'm
point.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like now, with you saying that, right? Like the community is gonna value rich another way.
Better, yep.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's dope, man. Like I know it was a tough task for us to get going.
Yeah.
How was it for you to actually? You had the idea, right?
Yeah.
And when you actually started it, like what was that? What was the road to actually getting it going?
I mean, I could be honest. It's like sometimes it was a little bit defeating because you just don't know where to start at times.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube was my best friend. I found some pages, some people that already started their clothing brand and saw the process that they took. Came across some like real sketchy stuff where people are just buying shirts and just selling it. But I went the real route where I got an LLC, I got trademarks, I got everything lined up. So when it does blow up, there's no backtracking, right? So that process, trying to figure out quality shirts, quality hats, like you can go so many different routes. You could go cheap brands for $2 a shirt, sell your shirt for $40, make a profit, right?
That's crazy.
But my thing was like, I don't want you to buy it just to support Pete, right? I want you to be like, whoa,
I like
this actually feel good. Like I can't wait till you drop something else.
Yeah.
Like an actual clothing brand that you would follow.
Yeah.
Because if it was whack, cheap, whatever you may call it, you're not gonna buy it again. You're gonna be like, all right, I know better,
Yeah.
right? So
It's
like,
it's a throwaway.
A workout shirt.
Exactly.
That's the most of this shit.
exactly.
Dang. What you do, yo?
Nah, Dad's always got the cut off shirts. He be cutting shirts.
Well, I look good, so I cut the shirt off.
So we talking about y'all? We talking about me?
My bad.
What's happening? What happened? This is attacking you.
I didn't even do nothing.
I'm just saying, you always cutting shirts.
Shit.
Damn.
You don't want to do that.
But yeah, so like I wanted to focus on the quality. So the shirt is more so like, yes, there's a saying and a staple to it, but like you're comfortable. Like so that was challenging. I went through, no lie, 75 different shirts, 20 different hats, trying to figure out like what material I like. I wore it, washed it. Like the process it becomes tedious at times, but it's worth it because when you get that text or that email or that somebody see you, you know, that bought something, like, yo, that shirt was, whoa, that shirt was tough. Like it feels comfortable. Like Pima Cotton? Okay, I see what you're doing.
And
Like-
I text you the other night saying, yo, the shirt fire. I don't know who I was telling. I said, I'm not buying a shirt just because it's Pete. Because if Pete, if I don't like the shirt, I don't like it.
That's the
it's
thing,
one thing
yeah.
to support,
Yeah.
but the shirt with the rich on it,
Yeah.
I like the shirt.
That's a
So
different
I'm gonna
style.
buy a
Yep.
shirt. So that's something that we talked about. Also, we had a collective create XenHouse, and it helped, you know, putting off some of the responsibilities.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. You had everything on your own. So explain a little bit about how that burden fell on Pete and no one else.
I mean, like everything was a learning process. Like, so I press these shirts. All the shirts actually I press. Everything embroidered I get done. So I have a heat press. I have a silhouette machine where it kind of cuts everything out where you need the design, and then I peel it, press it. So learning that was trial and error. Understanding what temperature to press at, understanding what pressure to use, understanding like how to make this get to the left chest without making it crooked, how to put it in the center without being
It's a
too
whole
high,
process.
too low. Like kudos to the people that actually do it for other brands, because like it takes me hours. You know what I mean? Like I have to sit down, I have to plan out how many shirts I want to get. I have to plan out how many vinyls I have to print out. I have to plan out how many I'm gonna press. I press the tags. I press the actual logo. I do it all. I package it, put the medium, large stickers on it. I make sure everything is nice and crisp because, like I said, it's not just about supporting me. It's about actually understanding and supporting the brand and like what it means as a whole. Yeah. Right. So like, and that's the goal. And trying to like top your last drop. Yeah. Top your last logo. Top your last design. And like mine is very simple because I don't want to take away from the point.
Absolutely.
Right. So I don't like crazy designs. Like I like it very simplistic and like you read it and like, oh, okay. Like I was at a baseball game and I had this hat on and behind this hat it says "Act Broke, Actually Rich." And one of my clients blessed me with some tickets, so I took my dad for Father's Day. This older woman behind me, she had to be in her 80s. Her and her friend, they might have been best friends. They chatting. One of the baseball players stole the base. All I hear is, "We got a runner." They got a runner. I'm like, oh yeah, they into it. Yeah. So, you know, sometimes you have to stand up to cheer. Sometimes you have to sit down. Me and my pops, we hanging out. Mm-hmm. And she's bumping me. I'm like, oh, whatever. She's old. She's probably tipping over, touching me by accident. But I realized she's been trying to get my attention for the last 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? She's like, that sign behind your head, what is it? I said, "Act Broke, Actually Rich." She's like, yeah, what is it? I said, oh, it's my lifestyle clothing brand. Now here's when it get a little tricky. I said, yeah, it's my lifestyle clothing brand. She's like, COVID brand.
COVID.
I said, man, if you can't hear, why you asking questions? Right? But, you know, I spoke a little louder, got in her face a little bit, and was like, oh, no, Act Broke, Actually Rich is a lifestyle clothing brand. This is actually the brand name. Here's the front. She's like, wow, like, I really like that. It got my attention. I was looking at it for the last 25 minutes. You got something going there. Like, I don't know what it means. I didn't know what it meant, but the way you explained it, now I can understand, like, oh, cool. And that was the point of it, too, like, for it to be a conversation starter. Because people looking, flipping their head, trying to see why it's upside down, trying to understand, like, what it truly means. And, like, the point is, like, act broke and actually rich is to flip the perspective of what actually rich means to you. Mm-hmm. That's why it's upside down, right? So, like, when people see it, it's cool that they have their own, like, thoughts and insights about it.
Opinions about it.
Yep.
Yeah. And then it definitely propels people to go look for the answer.
Exactly.
Do the research.
Like, yeah, I mean, we've spoken about it a ton as far as, like, you know, not everybody's the same way, but you want to be able to touch and feel what you're putting on.
Exactly.
Right? Because I'm a type of person, if I put something on, I just don't want to look good. I want to feel good.
Mm-hmm. Wait, why you look at Alex when you said that? He looked at
what are you trying to
say? Some dudes don't like to, you know.
My fault.
I just said.
I didn't see the eye. I didn't see the eye.
I looked at both of them. They be killing me. Dez, I
mean, your shirts be like 20,000.
I bought a $50 shirt.
Your shirts be like 20,000.
First and foremost, don't get it messed up. Ross got money.
Yeah, he got it. From somewhere, From somewhere.
Yo, this dude got money. Don't let him fool you, yo.
Nah, but like going based off of that, like, you know, I like the feel. My first thing is touch.
Yeah.
Right. So if I see something that I like, I'm gonna go touch it.
Yeah.
Not with everything. Don't get it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about clothes.
Yeah.
No trouble, yo. Don't get it twisted.
No trouble, yo.
No trouble.
No trouble, yo.
Alex, you gotta make sure. Yeah, you gotta make sure.
Next thing you know.
You gotta make sure they know.
Something, Dan?
Yeah.
Hey, you too.
We talking about
learn something.
We talking about clothes.
We talking about clothes.
So like, you know, like when I see something that I want to purchase, even shoes, like you gotta try it on.
Yeah.
You be seeing how them people be running, right?
They been assholes.
Yeah.
But you gotta feel good.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the things that I know we spoke about in the past too, is just like, yo, like you wanted something with quality.
Yeah.
You know, I can sell 100,000 shirts, right? But if it end up on the bottom of my drawer,
it
don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go in my closet and push, you know, like the hangers to the side and say, I want to wear this shirt today. I don't want to fold it up.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of like the same thing I do with the XenHouse brand.
Yeah.
You know, like now that we're with Lulu, I know it's going to be official.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So that's major, you know, in trying to start something that you want.
No.
Don't take the short route, people. Like, take your time and do it, and learn and like enjoy it first.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to wear it, I don't want to wear
That's
it.
the point. Yeah.
So
That's the
So
point.
speaking of Lulu, you're a Lulu ambassador.
Yeah.
So talk to us about that. How that came about.
Yeah.
Like what it mean to you.
Entail?
So yeah, I was looking to get into it when I was at Belly and Body. I met someone that used to be an ambassador, and they said it was a cool program. And I tried to get in contact with someone, but there was a good amount of turnover in the Greenwich Lululemon, so I couldn't really get a hold of a specific person. So COVID happened, it died down. So when I came here, I looked into it once again. Right before I came here, I looked into it once again, and I met Jen Young. And I walked into the store, and it was her first week, right? So I'm like, she's not gonna pay me mine. Like, for what? Like, she's trying to get used to her store. She's a manager, right? So she's like, you know what? We just got approved to do like group training with our staff with like fitness trainers. So like, I'll take down your contact, and then we'll go from there. I'm like, oh man, that's going right in the garbage because she's busy. She's running around. I'm like, yeah,
she just started herself.
Yeah.
Not gonna take me serious. So I get an email from her a couple of weeks later. You know, we scheduled a class. We have them come in. They loved it. Then I started training her one-on-one. She wanted to train her. She liked my style, so it worked out that way. And she was like, you know what? We usually do this onboarding for ambassadors in January. At this time, it was like April. So I'm like, damn, missed it. Don't worry about it. Hopefully when it comes around, it comes around. So fast forward, still training her, still doing courses and classes for the staff. They loving it. January comes around, nothing. February comes around, nothing. So I'm not one to pry because I'm in your face every week. Like, you know,
you see me.
you see me. So it's not like, hey, just popping up. So April comes. I'm like, yeah, it gets slow for me this year. I didn't get selected or whatever. So I guess Lululemon was just running a little slow with the selection, and she reached out.
They was running slow.
Real slow. Yeah, you would know, yeah.
It was running slow.
So she reached out. She's like, hey, stop by for some coffee. I got some updates for the ambassadorships. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm thinking she's just going to explain, like, look, this is how we decide on ambassadors. This is what we're going to do, and we'll let you know if you got picked. So we go outside, get some coffee, and she's just like, you know, we want to officially offer you the ambassadorship for Lululemon. I'm like, whoa, like, this is cool. Like, I'm excited. I'm happy. We go through kind of like the process. So I don't know the exact details yet because the onboarding is next month.
Okay.
But I do know I'm a representative for them, and they are for me. And the way she explained it was, we are both a source for each other. So like it's like if I want to branch out and do something with the local Boys and Girls Club or the Yearwood or Domus, like they will back me as support to do things that will bring more value to the community. And also have Lululemon in that space, right? Where sometimes people don't know about them. Especially where we're from, where we've grown up. Not a lot of people know about Lululemon. So to be able to help bridge that gap in a fitness component or educational component, that's like amazing, right?
That's
so
super dope.
That's one thing I do know, and I'm super excited for. And you know, when the onboarding comes, I'll know a little bit more.
Shout out to Jen.
Yeah,
Jen is good
She's
people.
a real one.
Yeah, she's
So
good
Jen
people.
helped with us as well, right?
Yeah, so Jen, you know, like she was coming in every couple of weeks or every week sometimes.
Once a week,
with
yep.
Pete. So like she would always, when I saw her, Jen would just like make eye contact and she's like, "Don't worry, Ross." Like she would always make sure everything was okay.
Yeah, she reassured us.
She always reassured, and I can say that was like one good thing that kept me like, all right, maybe this is gonna work.
Yeah.
'Cause it was like you said, your process was what, a year?
Mine was like 2 years.
2 years plus.
Yeah.
Trying to get the partnership with them was, I don't know, like 10, 11 months.
Yeah.
And that's because it was a lot of
Turnover.
There, I was talking to one person. The person that I initially started talking to, I didn't talk to the second time. It was a whole other person.
Yep.
Talking to somebody new. every time.
But it was Jen that said, hey, it'll be
she
okay.
She vouched for us.
She vouched a lot. She vouched a lot.
And she didn't have
She's really
to.
good people.
Right.
Yeah.
She's really
But
good.
that also shows like just being connected. Like Pete is training her every week. She knows us through Pete. She interacts with us, but not like that.
Right.
So she's reassuring and helping us based on the relationship with Pete.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
That's what we want here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. That's what we stand for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Network, people just introduce themselves to each other, knowing people,
Yeah.
being who you are.
So I got another question for you. Early on, when we once we started training together, we not these two heathens, but we connected more so
Either.
through our faith. We would go to church together.
Yeah.
Shout out to the U.
Mm-hmm.
How did you incorporate your faith, and how do you incorporate your faith to your training and to your brand? How do you connect those two? And the reason I say heathen is because these two are not active.
I'll tell you to say that, boy.
Hey, talk to him,
I'll
Alex.
tell you to say that, boy.
They're just not active. Slowly but surely, we'll get them back in the church. But they're just not active right now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pastor Des.
On temporary hold.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like training, I don't tend to use it as a forefront, right? I like the person to get to know me as a whole, and once you get to know me, you understand that's what I'm about, right? And we can all agree that we're not just trainers; we're non-licensed, therapists.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
Right? So like we know a lot about our clients. We learn a lot about our clients. We listen to our clients. Sometimes, they'll push through having bad days to come and work out with us, and it kind of overspills. And we take it in, we absorb it, and we try our best to give some type of insight that will help them get through their day, right? And that's when I usually kind of like bring it in, right? So if someone's dealing with something that I completely don't have any understanding about or I can't relate to, I just tell them I'm praying for you, right? Because at the end of the day, like, I know my God can handle anything. Like, he knows what you're going through, but just know I'm praying for you. I'm not telling you to pray. I'm not telling you got to go find God. I'm telling
you're
you,
not forcing it.
I'm praying for you.
Yeah.
And like, I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason because of him. And when I say him, I'm talking about Jesus Christ.
Okay,
My
so
Lord
just in
and
case
Yeah,
people got
just in
it
case.
messed
No,
up.
They do.
Got it
we
confused.
got a lot of I'm him, he's him, and all
Yeah,
this
they
stuff
may
going
not
out
get it.
in the
There's only one.
Yep. So I just want y'all to know Jesus Christ. Yes, sir. Back to what I was saying. So when things happen in their lives that they may not understand, I always hit them with that. Like, look, like it happens for a reason. I don't know why. I'm not the one to explain it, but
Yeah.
you should know that this is happening for a reason. We're having this conversation for a reason, and it's crazy because sometimes they'll walk away like, wow, like I needed that,
Yeah.
but I didn't know it was gonna come from you.
Right.
And I'm just like, I didn't know it was gonna come from me either, because like I'm just
did.
moving in the moment. So like
Yep.
he placed us together years ago for this very moment. Might be your hardest trial right now, and we're having a conversation about it, and you're telling me that my words are affecting you,
Yeah.
and that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the brand, it still ties into like not being involved or tied down to worldly things, right? So like being rich has nothing to do with the possessions that you have, the places that you go. Is almost like being here in the now is how you're rich. And like the only reason I'm here in the now is because of my Lord and Savior, right? So like I continue to give him the glory and the praise for my day to day. That's it. You know what I mean?
And back to what you was saying. Listen,
He had
you
to
don't
clear
need
it
to
up.
be in the church to believe in him.
That's a
all
fact.
Yeah.
My mom always tell me that.
That's a
My
fact.
mom prays
As long
for me
as you
every
know
single
who
day.
him is. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's it.
She prays for
Heard
me.
that?
She prays for me
I'm
every
just
day.
saying,
yo.
hey,
She prays for me
Okay.
every day.
that's
In
a
the
fact.
Bible said, when 2 or 3 gather, that's where the church is. So
Yep.
as long as y'all got families, y'all got
We in the
people
church
that,
right now.
exactly. We talking about him, we speaking about him, we here. So
And-
I agree.
I agree with both sides, and I also agree when you let people know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
clear.
just saying God, because there's different gods, there's
Yeah.
different people.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I try to do my best. I don't hide that.
Yeah, you
I
can't.
let you know who I'm talking
There's
about.
nothing to hide.
And with that,
Um,
I think it's
It's time. We got questions.
Yeah,
We need answers.
gotcha.
All right. The first thing I'm gonna ask you, you can go back and give your 18-year-old self
Mm,
piece of advice. One piece.
yeah.
What would that be?
So I got 2. One of them is I'm not going to this specific barber because he pushed my joint back.
Yo, be strong. Be strong.
He
Be
pushed
strong,
my
Dad.
joint back.
At 18 years old, he pushed
Pushed
you.
my joint back. It might have been a little younger. Pushed my joint back.
It ain't been the same since?
Dominican spot?
Nah, I'm not even gonna say buddy name because he's still out here.
Nah,
here
we
rocking.
gotta talk about him.
Yo,
You on the west
I'm telling
side?
you, nah, yo, I'm telling you, it's on the west side. Yo, I don't want to say that.
Yeah, because once you say the west side,
I don't
you
wanna-
start narrowing it.
Yeah, down, but
you understand.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
spots.
I think we've all been pushed before.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like it's bad. Like I ain't recovered bad. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
crazy.
So,
We
like,
gotta bring that. We gotta bring that. Yo, that's crazy.
Well, we should pull up the video.
We gotta pull
But
up the
that's
video.
No, you
Yeah.
had the L's.
Oh
Yeah,
my
boy.
gosh,
The
yeah.
two L's.
So that's
another
that was the
story.
same barber.
No way.
Oh,
So now we know.
See?
we know, but the people
I don't
don't.
learn.
We're gonna leave it.
No, y'all no. Matter of fact, that's wrong. That's not the same barber.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
okay.
Because
I
my
know-
barber
I
wasn't
know-
in town that day. So
I know
had
what
to
you're
go.
talking about.
Yeah,
Another thing
Somebody
too,
else.
never go to another barber if your barber's not in town. Just look rough.
That's it.
Look rough. You're gonna regret
Good
it.
stuff for y'all.
They pull up that L video, y'all gonna understand. But yeah. So
Second.
another thing would be to be more patient and kind of like go with the flow of life, right? Because like when I was younger, a lot younger, yeah, as I already know, I didn't listen to secular music for a long time. I would say I was easily like you could scare me kind of easily. Like when I saw some of those videos about how like there's so many demonic things in like secular music, I was like, whoa. Let
I'm
me
staying
stay
away from that joint.
completely. You're not gonna catch me.
Watching it.
Right?
Yeah.
Listening, watching, da-da-da. So yeah, it's like I would be around you guys and never till this day there's songs that you guys sing. I'm like, I never heard it.
Yeah.
I missed
No, that's
it.
true fact. No, that's a true
Yeah.
fact.
I missed it. I'm like, yo, Lil Wayne came out with this? When? Oh, 2000. I was like, yeah, I wasn't listening to secular music at that time. So I'm listening to songs right now like, whoa, this is hitting.
Yeah.
But I would say, but I reached a point where it was one of those things where it's like I was taking on the burden for other people's around me. Like I would say, if I listen to it, the people that kind of look at me, that think I'm cool, that look up to me, be like, yo, this dude Pete listen to it, let me listen to it, da-da-da. So I didn't want to be that type of example.
Yeah.
But then I realized, or influence, yeah. But then I realized that like, as long as I'm not letting it manipulate me, right? It's just a source. It's like a car. Like if somebody today told me a car was bad, I'm like, I mean, that's your problem. I got to get to point A and B.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I looked at it
In a
like
different
that
way.
way, right? And was
It's a
like,
form of entertainment.
that's it. So
We
as
have to
long as
learn
it
how to
doesn't
separate.
exactly doesn't consume me, I'm fine. And you guys know I'm not easily consumed. Like you can't tell me really, like you can't persuade me easily now. Like if I'm like I don't want to go, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. Like it's just kind of like how I move now. So I would tell myself to like hone in on like how I feel and how I'm portraying myself at all times. So it would help me to live a little bit more freely than be like more tense.
It's
Right.
rough. It's
So-
rough out here. I'll tell you that.
Do you
much.
feel? I know you got more questions, but
Yeah.
do you feel? Because that's a tough thing to do, right? At that age,
For sure.
do you feel like it like kept you away from having a lot more, good times, bad times?
Nah.
You don't feel like you missed out?
No,
You
I
feel
think
like-
it kind of helped, right? Because like I don't like it helps in a sense where I don't need to get drunk to get lit,
right.
right? I don't need to be like under a certain influence, whether it's music, drugs, alcohol, to be like this is a good time.
Yep.
Like it'd be Matt vibes whenever.
Right,
Like
right.
You gotta
like,
explain. Now you gotta
Explain.
explain.
Matt vibe.
so my boy Matt.
That's a whole term.
Shout out to my boy Matt Dorsines, my best friend since middle school. This dude can turn up whenever, wherever. You got music, it don't matter if it's, African music or
Don't matter.
Hispanic music.
Life.
Don't
This
matter.
dude is
He
ready
did.
to
He
roll.
rocking
a good
too.
time.
Everybody
So-
could be like this.
Yep. He's
Matt
rocking.
turned up.
So like we coined it Matt vibes. Right? So like it's one of those things where at any point in time you could be lit and you don't need to be under any influence. It's like just good energy.
Shit.
Right?
I got
So,
them
like,
stored in my phone as my vibes.
Exactly, right?
Have
So,
to.
it's just one of those things where, like, it helped me to understand that I don't need things to be, like, in a good mood. I don't need things to feel great. I don't need things to be positive. Like, this doesn't have to happen for this to happen.
Yep.
It could just happen. So like, did I miss out on a bunch of stuff? Probably. You know what I mean? Like, I know I wasn't able to go to prom. Like, my mom, she was like, nah. That's the one thing I'm like, damn, I wish I went to prom, yo.
Yeah,
I heard jumping stories about prom.
Yeah.
But my mom was like, that's the one thing she put her foot down. Like, she just heard too many stories about prom. What stories?
Who knows?
Who do we know that went to prom?
Only her friends, yo. Only her friends.
Like, I don't know, but that's the one thing I can say, like, damn, man, I ain't get to go to prom. But
we also forgot to bring up the fact that you Zoe.
yeah, Haitian.
And I think
IAT.
No,
If you first off, hold on. If you from the town, I'm gonna break it down like this.
Okay.
If you from the town and I said MAP,
Yeah, easily.
and you don't know
You don't
P
know
is
what's going
Zoe,
on?
Yeah, it's over.
you don't know P is
you're not
Haitian,
from around the way.
you're not from around the way.
Yeah.
Because Merle Ave, 80% of the people.
I get it. We know that.
Yo,
We know that. But I'm saying for the
Definitely.
world.
Oh my
You
Yeah.
have to bring up that he's Zoe. That means he's Haitian, guys.
Yeah.
And now adding that to the faith piece,
Yeah.
that culture, that how you were raised,
Yeah.
that's into what
Crazy
you're doing.
combination. Yeah.
Like your brand,
Yeah.
how you are as a person, how you train,
Yeah.
all of that is incorporated.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's an important piece. I am not Haitian.
Yeah.
I'm
Might as well be.
I'm half Bayesian. Shout out to my people from Barbados, and my mom is from the States. But as you can see, I hang out with a lot of Zoes.
Yep.
All my boys are Zoes,
That's
most
it.
of them. And I feel like
You're behind the camera, Zoe.
Zoe. Anybody Pierre and they not from France? Zoe.
That is a fact.
So I think just touching on the Haitian culture, I know growing up in Stamford with a lot of Haitians,
Yeah.
they've gone through a lot growing up. You know, they came to this country and people, you know, looked down on them, you know. And
We had that.
Haitian
Right?
booty, Haitian
Haitian booty scratcher, all
That
of
used
that.
to burn,
that-
yo.
now,
It used to burn.
no, it's truth. And I remember me personally, I used to be like, yo, I'm American. I used to like try to throw my my Bayesian side because
Yeah.
that wasn't cool back then.
Yo.
Being African American was,
It.
and I don't even really believe in that term because
Oh,
it's
yeah,
too.
We're
But
gonna
that's
go to a whole
that's
nother
that's
conversation.
another episode.
Different combo.
But I used to be like, no, I'm just American
Mhm.
because the way society made it feel to be from the Caribbean was crazy,
Crazy.
and even more crazy for Haitians.
Oh yeah, Haitians different.
So-
Off the boat, all that.
Yeah, go back on
I
the
remember
boat.
one
All
girl
that.
found out I was Haitian. She was like, she whispered to me, "Yo, don't tell people that." I said,
That's
why?
cool,
Like,
yeah.
what are you talking
At
about?
Stanford High?
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, you don't look Haitian. Don't tell people that.
Yep,
Yeah,
you
that
don't-
that right there used to kill me.
Here we go. I'm like,
That's
okay.
real thing. That's crazy.
Right.
Shout out to my Zoes, yo.
Word.
Thank you,
Real.
Dad.
I had to. I'm doing showing more love than y'all.
Damn.
Fake Haitians. My bad. Fake Haitian. If you don't speak Creole, you fake.
Speak
Damn.
Barbadian.
It's English.
Oh, okay. Say something patois.
They don't have patois.
Not the same shit.
You see that? Bayesian, Jamaicans, all the same.
Yep,
That's messed up.
all mixed.
That's messed up. All right, next question. What's your biggest fear in life?
I would say not reaching my full potential, and the way I look at my potential is being able to, you know, have a family, have kids, and create a opportunity that, you know, wasn't created for me at a young age. But and I don't say that in a negative light. My parents did everything they did for me, right? So I had better than them, and the goal is for my kids to have better than me.
Facts.
And just moving in a space where I'm laying foundation at all times, right? So like, if I'm not laying that foundation, that would be my biggest fear, right? So just continually pushing through and trying to build those pieces, that's going to eventually be what my kids will see, and they'll become like the successor of like what I've created.
I think that's how it's supposed to be. Your parents laid that first brick,
Yep,
or their parents parents laid that first brick, and
Yep.
it just keeps going.
that's it.
You know better, you do better.
Wait till they're actually here.
No,
it's
I
a
can't wait.
whole nother like standard. It's
You
heightened.
already got it in you because your family ingrained that in you. So you ain't got to worry about that. You just got to keep doing it and do it better.
Yeah,
At the end of the day.
for sure.
Next question. This might start something, but we're here for that. Okay, Pete,
Yeah.
you and I are playing basketball. We playing 5-on-5. They say, Pete, you a captain. Dez, you a captain. I go, Pete, you got first pick, right?
Between.
You got Alex, you got Ross in front of you.
Gosh.
Who you picking?
This guy, yo.
Alex or Ross?
Who are you picking
So,
and why?
so
That's a new question.
Yeah,
That's
you
tough.
see that?
That's tough.
You trying to
I
switch
like
it up.
this.
you know, it's tough. Like, I'm gonna have to go with Ross
Okay.
because Alex is trash.
Yo, bitch drop. Bitch drop.
Yo, I
He
tell
did
you,
this on purpose.
and like, it's
know.
Alex. Wait. Fellas, let me explain.
Yo, hold on.
I like it.
Let me explain. Alex is that type of player that's like, for lack of better words, trash, that will hold the ball, right? And be like, yeah, I'm about to. And it's like, Alex, but you not about to. Like, it's always something, right? And it's like good competition with Alex. Like, I like going against, we almost fought. Like, remember that day? So that was funny. That was fun. Like, I like going against, but Ross is more of a team player. He knows his role. He'll get that rebound. He'll get that easy lay. Like, yo, Ross, he sees it. I can get it to him. He'll, like, you know what I mean? Like, Alex, you get it. You're not seeing the ball until the next game.
Where do you see your brand in the next 5 years? And what's the ceiling per se? Like, where do you see your brand? Like, where do you want to call yourself successful? What does success look for you? What does it look like?
I mean, hopefully, the goal is to be in, like, I want to be in more so like boutique stores, not like main stores, like stores that hold clothing that carry value, right? There's some stores like that. Like, we have some in town, like I forget the sneaker store downtown by Juice Kings. Like, he only holds
Scout.
Scout.
Time,
He only
yeah.
holds a certain type of. And I actually had a conversation with him. He's cool, so he kind of broke down ways
Chuck.
to kind of like Chuck to like get into it, kick the door down. But at the moment, it's to grow a following. Like, I want to have a specific team or a family, tribe that understands like what this means and kind of continue to grow on that. And if I do that, I feel like I can get into different locations. I can
Yeah.
get into different places where it's just like it becomes a staple,
Right.
right? So ABAR is like a staple, like a Ralph, like a Supreme, like these little things where like you could just say it and you know it. I would love to become that.
Yeah. That's
That's
real
very-
goal.
a
That's
brand-
real goal.
Yeah, that's
A
the
brand
goal.
that I think of, you've probably seen it on Instagram in the past. God is dope. You remember them?
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. They were jumping at one point, and then they I don't know if they took a step back or something. What happened? But God is dope was like it was up there,
yeah.
and then they took a step back. So I don't know.
You just don't see him anymore? Or?
I don't see them anymore.
Oh, okay. You follow their page?
I was getting subscribed to them.
Got
So they
it.
would send me texts,
Yeah,
new stuff coming out,
Mhm.
and I would check it out. And I got a lot of stuff from them, but
yeah.
They probably just want a different direction.
they
Yeah.
definitely. And that leads to the last question, and this is in general. When it's all said and done, how do you want people to remember Pete? How do you want people to remember Act Broke, Actually Rich? Just everything in general. How do you want to be remembered?
I mean, for one, I want to be remembered as that person that said what needed to be said at any point in time. Like, there was no like holding of the tongue. There was not like, dang, I didn't know he thought that way, or I didn't know he felt that way, or I didn't know he meant it that way. Like, I tried to articulate myself in a way where you can understand what I'm saying majority of the time. So like when I am gone, you're gonna be like, nah, he said what he needed to say. He always was about the truth, and he was always kind of like let you know how it is. And that would be in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
That would be in a way of trying to talk to a friend where they need to be talked to in that manner, right? And we all know that manner.
Mhm.
It's like, yo, come on, we gotta have a sit down. We gotta have a. So I want to be remembered as that person that you knew you could talk to, and you was gonna get that truth from at all times.
Right. No, that's dope. But You had something?
I was gonna say, people always say when I'm around, the fuck shit start happening, but it's this dude.
Really?
When this dude, when we around this dude, out in
Yo.
public, that's when the fuck shit be happening. People be
Crazy.
coming up and shit, and
Coming up.
They think it's a fun time.
that's when
Word.
it gotta
I
be.
don't know
yo.
where I'm Playland. They see me. I'm Playland.
It's all fun and games. yo.
Alex too though.
No.
Alex is they
Mainly
always
It's
think
mainly
they
Ross.
always think like
Biggest
'cause
guy in
Alex
the
is
room.
You be like this, cheating all the time.
yeah, they
Look
think
good.
Alex is to be messed around
Yep.
with.
Yeah, but
Until they
playing.
get flipped over that
Yeah,
table like Bud did.
stop playing, dog. Like
be playing,
I used to
dog.
look at them like when we were at the bar.
That'd be
I used
too
to be
funny.
like,
Too funny.
yo, I don't know what
Big
y'all
goofy
do.
dude.
I don't know
First.
what y'all
yeah,
doing.
I'm
And everybody do this. And then
Yeah.
That joint's so funny.
I can flip that real quick. Good. Find out. That's all of us right here.
No, that's-
Don't let dudes fool you.
Yeah.
These dudes smiling right now. Uppercut you. Right to hell.
I'm not the violent type. Don't
Okay.
push me.
Word.
You think you gonna just whoop my ass? You got me fucked up.
It ain't gonna happen like that.
So I wanted to ask you, right, because you've played ball for a minute now, right?
Yeah.
How many years?
Basketball?
Basketball.
I mean,
your whole
yeah,
life.
since elementary school, yeah.
So we had, some folks here. Well, we had Jeff Desir here,
Yeah,
right? He played in the town.
yeah,
Now you played in the town.
I did.
Yearwood, everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
We need to hear this.
Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
In your opinion, there's no
Wrong answer.
No
there's-
criteria.
Yeah, there's no criteria, right? Like you don't need to have gone the farthest. Who in your mind do you feel like you could say is the best basketball player that you've seen play or that you've played with? Whatever.
That's a tricky question, like, because I can answer it with like who I really played organized basketball with, or like growing up in Murrow and seeing like
Them guys.
like Tracy McGrady was my favorite player, but then you see someone like at the Boys and Girls Club that's like older than you, that's killing.
Mhm.
And like, to me, the main dude that was it when I was younger was Pop.
Mhm.
Pop was different.
Yeah, he was nice.
Pop was nice when we was kids. Like, he was a dude that we was like, yo, he going somewhere. We don't know where, but he going
He
somewhere.
used to always walk around with the
Yup,
bag on, right?
And like, I remember that one time he went to that to New York to play in that one-on-one basketball league that we would always see on TV. Like,
Yeah,
and he made
he
it
was out
pretty
there.
far. Yeah, he was balling. It was like, yo, this dude. He was like the hood star. You know what I mean?
Definitely was.
Right? But when it comes to like organized basketball, like I didn't really know too many other players. I didn't really hone in on other people that much, but I would say for me it would probably be like Craig Austrie.
Aisha.
Yeah, that's what,
No, that's what I'm going with.
Craig Austrie was that guy, man. Like
Different.
I don't know, like it wasn't in arm's reach to me, but I would always see him, and to know that he went to the hometown college,
Yeah.
to know that, he was in the G League doing his thing, like that's just to be so close to someone that's like doing those things.
Right.
It was like fascinating to me. It was
Right.
just like, whoa, this dude really doing it.
Yeah.
So like those two would be my guys. Like when I was younger, Pop, and then as I grew older, it would be Craig Austrie.
Yeah, Craig.
I agree. I agree with both.
Craig was not flashy.
Nope.
He'll put that ball in that hoop.
Boy,
Yeah.
easily.
I agree.
To this day, he make
to
it
this
easy. He
day.
make it look
Yeah.
easy.
I mean,
Yep.
y'all remember when we were younger and we used to always hear about the games, you know what I'm saying, Trinity versus
Yep.
whoever.
Out of control.
If you were there a minute late,
It's over.
You're not getting
you're
it.
not getting in, but you always just heard like outside of Trinity, right? Like roars,
Yep.
him
Crazy.
just like getting
Just
buckets,
going
Killing
off.
it.
you know what I'm saying? And like with the same thing with Pop. And there was multiple dudes like that too.
It was.
Like
Papa's Merle.
Pops was Merle.
So it's like-
right? And like even
Yeah.
BJ, all the dudes that was nice in
BJ.
sports though. Like even we had a boxer that lived on MAP, right? And dudes used to come. He used to come with the bag too.
Yep.
And you used to see BJ. And he used to have
Real.
the bag.
Yep.
And you like, all right, these dudes are it.
They nice.
I remember seeing Pop too, and
Yeah,
that's dope. You know, different perspectives.
Yeah.
for sure.
So
It's crazy too. As a kid, you see certain people and they are up here
Yo,
as a kid,
crazy.
right? And then you grow up and you be like, I could bust his ass.
Yeah.
I'll give him
Exactly.
buckets.
Ah, you buckets. Back in the day, you'd have killed me, but
Yeah.
I'm grown up now.
Exactly.
Different.
I just think
now.
But that's
I just-
the motivation too.
Well, yeah, and it
Yeah.
goes for everything. I remember my dad would work out how I work out now.
Mm-hmm.
I saw my dad do
Oh, nice.
as a kid.
Yeah.
So that's why people wonder why I'm into it. That's why I seen my dad work out, and I remember like this dude would kill me. Look how big he is. Now he still would kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't say nothing too crazy. You know, you gotta be watching.
I know, he
Yeah,
I'm
you ain't
snitching.
beating
Yo,
him.
And I'm
You ain't beating
all
him.
these episodes, yo.
You ain't
And
beating
I'm
him.
snitching.
We got
My
witnesses,
and dad
yo.
watch all of these. But yeah, man, that's dope. But yeah, we just want to thank Pete for coming.
Appreciate
Please
it.
you, dog.
Thank you.
let the people know of all your handles and how they can reach and contact and look and buy all your stuff.
Yeah, so all my stuff is on actbrokeactuallyrich.com. You can find my Instagram, actbrokeactuallyrich, my fitness page, Train with Pete Pierre, for all the fitness content as well. And you know, if you get an item, tag me. I appreciate the love, and you know what it is.
That's
That's
it.
it.
That's it.
That's it. That's
Appreciate
what we
it.
got.
We're here, episode 35. We signing out.
3-5.
XenHouse, XenHouse, XenHouse.